Thank you for checking in to Think Museums. Today we are at the Where It Was Museum in Virginia City, Nevada. Virginia City was one of the richest cities in the 1800s during the gold rush.
Unbelievable wealth in the form of silver awaited them on the American frontier.
Come on, ride it. Hi. Hello. We've got two guests here.
Two of you, huh?
Two of us. We are here and we are just about to start our tour at the Where It Was Museum. This museum tries to preserve the collection or how the city used to look like back in the 1800s during the gold rush. One thing to note is that Virginia City became an important economic center due to the silver that was discovered here, and the silver was used in the mint in Carson City. Carson City is just, I think, 10 miles away from here. And for you guys who didn't watch my presentation of the coin press one at Nevada State Museum, I'm going to leave the link down below so you can check it out and see the relationship between the mint in Carson City and Virginia City. The Where It Was Museum tries to preserve the city the way it looked like. Most of the artifacts here were objects that were collected from people's homes. Things were just left behind, when the town finally collapsed. So the Where It Was Museum is going to take us back so you can see all that, what was happening, the mining, some of the equipment they were using, the tools, just the general lifestyle of what these miners used to live. And the silver in Virginia City is the main reason why Nevada is referred as the Silver State. I never used to know why it's referred to as the Silver State until I checked out Virginia City, and now this thing is coming clearly to me that, okay, so this is why this state is referred to as the Silver State. All right.
That's the one I want from 1930.
Which one? That?
The 1930 rotary.
Oh, yeah.
We have it from 1876 up there. This is a cool one.
This is how your typical smelter will look like. So they will melt the silver or the gold or any other precious metals out of the ores and, melt them into bullions. So these bullions is what they'll transport using the railway line down to the mint in Carson City. I'm looking at a consolidated Virginia share certificate. In order to invest in a mine here in Virginia City, you'll buy a share. And depending on how many shares you've bought, it will determine how much you get out of that mine. It's called the knuckle dust.
Oh, this one. This one will fit in my purse nice.
The Sutro tunnels were a real game changer in mining. And this is credited to Adolf Sutro. He was a German-American engineer. Before he became the 24th mayor of San Francisco, he had moved to Virginia City with the intention to sell cigar. However, with the discovery of silver in Virginia City, he came up with a brilliant idea to construct a tunnel to drain water from the mines, so that the mines don't flood. Looking at this rich collection here in this museum, I'm surprised we're able to salvage some of them, because in the late 1800s, there's a fight that took place. Two mining workers took it out in the street and they started fighting. Town population got involved in this fight, and there was a fire that erupted and burned down the city. So it's surprising that they still have quite a bit of collections from that period. What you're seeing here is some of the drills that were used to bore holes on the ground, as they try to get to the silver ores so they can bring them out. Most of these machines were steam operated, and they're pretty heavy. This was real work, And I was looking at some of the images of these guys back in the 1800s. They were pretty small people, They're not very huge. They're tiny. Here you can see a history of the barbed wire. You looked at the barbed wire we used for fencing and just take them for granted. But people came up with all these ideas and patented them. So you see the one for 1878, Everybody had his own way of doing the barbed wire, So this is pretty interesting. You can see some of the old newspapers. I don't think these newspapers existed here in this city nowadays. They don't have them. But Virginia City had its own, the Virginia Chronicle. And this is a publication for November 30th, 1909. Oh, they're talking about good things to eat at the city market. Wow. Yes, this is pretty interesting. Just to be able to keep all these, collection or documents. But also, I think in Nevada, because it's the weather is pretty warm sometimes, but with the snow and all that, I'll think that most documents will be damaged because of the moist and all that.
I think this is my favorite thing in the whole museum. It's a shack-up license. It says this, so-and-so and so-and-so, this permit to cohabitate exclusive of the bounds of wedlock for a period not to exceed blank from the date of issuance. That is so funny to me.
Well, this is a model of a mining operation. This is the engine room. It pumps water out of the ground and also pumps oxygen deep down in the bottom of the earth. I suppose also this engine room provided the steam that was used to run some of the machineries at the bottom, like the drills and all that. So this was a typically complex operation. about this museum?
There's a lot of history in Virginia City. This guy got shot in the back of the head.
Oh, because he was cheating?
It says according to folklore, this pepper hand was held by William Bill Hickok when he was shot in the back of the head by Jack McCall at the number 10 Saloon in Deadwood, South Dakota on August 2nd, 1976.
Was that the same gun that he used?
I don't know. Well, no, it doesn't say anything about that.
That is for sure.
I wonder what the whole story was. Nations of Native 1769 on payment of 10,000.
Think Museums, thank you guys for coming with me to this is How It Was Museum. We were showcasing the mining town of Virginia City, one of the richest cities back then in the 1800s.